How to know your worth or value. A father said to his daughter, "You graduated with honors. Here's a car that I acquired many years ago. It is several years old. But before I give it to you, take it to the used car lot downtown and tell them I want to sell it and see how much they offer you." The daughter went to the used car lot, returned to her father, and said, "They offered me $1,000 because it looks very worn out." The father said, "Okay, take it to the pawn shop and see how much they'll offer you." The daughter went to the pawn shop, returned to her father, and said, "The pawn shop offered $100 because it was a very old car." The father responded, "Oh, really? That's a lot less than the used car lot was offering." Next, the father asked his daughter to take it to one more place, the car club, and show them the car. The daughter took it to the car club reluctantly, returned and told her father with excitement, saying, "Some people in the club offered over $100,000 for it, since it was a vintage but an iconic car and sought after by many." The father said to his daughter, "I wanted you to know that the right place values you the right way. If you are not valued, do not be angry. It means you are in the wrong place. Those who know your worth or value are those who appreciate you. Never stay in a place where no one sees your value or worth." That's one of the ways how to know your worth or value. What a powerful story. Now, please subscribe before I get into this juicy, hot topic. Let me say this. Never stay in a relationship with someone who does not know your worth or value, because they will not know how to appreciate you. For example, if you were walking and you saw a diamond in its natural state, you wouldn't know it's a diamond, and you wouldn't even know its worth, because a diamond in its natural or rough state is not as clear, cleaned, and polished as seen in the jewelry store. Now, I'm using this as an analogy because undoubtedly I would have either walked past it, stepped on it, and disregard it as being just another stone or a small rock. Similarly, when you are with someone who does not know your worth, they will treat you as an irrelevant stone, not realizing that you are God's masterpiece, a diamond. Therefore, if you decide to date someone or get into a relationship with someone that does not know your worth, you can't get upset with them. They don't know any better, and the person cannot treat you like the queen or king that you are. They will treat you how they perceive you should be treated. The same way I would have stepped on the raw diamond and disregarded instead of picking it up and cherishing what I just found because it's worth a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, know your worth. You are worth something to God. You are priceless. So when you are used and abused by a man or a woman, don't stay stuck and don't settle. Walk away. God will align you with people who recognize your worth and can cultivate that gift inside of you. God will align you with someone who will be an asset, not a liability to deplete your strength, lower your self-esteem, or make you feel unwanted. God will bless you with someone where you both can build each other up, create generational wealth, and break generational curses. I know it's easier said than done because for some of us, it's not an overnight thing. He may not bless you tomorrow. It could be months from now. It could be years from now. But God is faithful concerning His promises to you. You don't need to stay stuck in your past. Your future awaits you. You don't need to stay stuck in that abusive relationship. Now, apparently, a woman will make 7 attempts before leaving an abusive partner. Well, I'm not sure how I got to this point, but I guess somebody needs to hear this. Because some women don't make it to that 7th attempt. They end up dying, literally. men are good at convincing them to stay. They'll say things like, no guy is going to want you with your 3 kids, or the grass is not greener on the other side. These are typical words that men tend to use to keep a woman in a stagnant relationship, while they are building them up for another woman to love the better version of who they have now become. I don't think people recognize who they are because they think that they are just another human being on the earth. Let me remind you who you are. Your tongue print and your fingerprints are different from any other human being. God made you unique for a reason. You are from a royal priesthood and a peculiar person. Let no one make you feel inferior or think differently. We all have something to contribute to this world that no one else can give. With that being said, let no one tell you your worth. People like to place other people into categories. Success is not always measured by how much money you have or the type of car that you drive. You are worth something. Now, until you know your worth, people will tell you how much you are worth. And their evaluation, unfortunately, will always be biased and less than what you're actually worth. They see you as a caterpillar, God sees you as a butterfly. Until you know your worth, people will inevitably mistreat you. You've heard many times about people who sell an expensive old painting at a garage sale after probably having it in their house, not realizing its worth for little or nothing, and only after it has been sold to someone who recognizes its worth. This is because the person that bought the painting, instead of putting it in their dusty attic, they decide to get it appraised and learn the actual value or worth of the painting. They realize that it is not just an ordinary painting, it is a masterpiece, and so are you. You are God's masterpiece. Know your worth and align yourself with people who will recognize who you are and will treat you that way. Don't stay stuck because you are worth much more than you would think. When you are in God, you don't depreciate in value. You increase in value because even your mistakes, He can turn into a message to bless someone. Now, I first wrote this piece, excluding the father-daughter car section, in 2018, April. At that time, I didn't know my worth. I settled for jobs that paid me less than I was worth because I was more concerned about not being unemployed and taking the first offer on the table. I've learned since then that the first offer is not always the best offer, and to never settle for the first job or the first guy out of desperation, but to properly evaluate the situation, because it's very hard to negotiate after you've signed a contract or when you're in a marriage with kids. I've also learned to not allow people to tell me who they think I am, because God knows me best. Likewise, He has great plans for your life. You might not achieve your desired results. It may come tomorrow or a year from now, but it will come. And for many of us, we rush into relationship because, like myself, I'm single with no kids, and it's like, okay, biological clock is ticking. But it comes down to you trusting God and knowing your worth and not settling, because if God made a promise to you, He is faithful to fulfill it. There's a saying, know your worth, then add taxes. But I'll say to you, if you know your worth, you will not add taxes because you are priceless. Therefore, when that guy or that girl tell you that you think you're better than anyone else, you think you're all that because you don't want to give the cookies, you prefer to wait until marriage, tell them, no, I don't think I'm all that. I know I'm all that. And the right person will know it too. I am worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how to know your worth or value. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you enjoy my channel, and turn on post notification to find out when I post new videos. Also, please comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram page. I'll tag it below as well. I post daily encouraging and motivational content, as well as my Facebook page, where I'm trying to build a community where we can post on the page and encourage one another. Also, please check out my other YouTube videos. This concludes the video on how to know your worth or value. See you next time, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this was an asset to you and a blessing to you. Take care for now.